What's going on there, beautiful folks? I'm sure you, as you see, we have us a guest here, and I know you guys recognize him, Mr. Jody, aka Big Red EDC, the man, the myth, the legend.
Hello, KC. We can talk to you now. I was trying to figure out how to respond, and I couldn't figure out how to respond, so sorry. Jason, what's up?
Yeah, Jason, I'm surprised he's not the first one in. I'm surprised KC was first, but
Jason's usually on the money for being number one.
Yeah, Jason's nickname is Johnny on the Spot. He's
Yep.
He's there.
I won.
KC, you finally won, KC, and sadly there's no prize.
Oh, dude, did you win? You won that Knox from Backpack B? That's awesome, Jason. I was in right at the beginning, and then I had to go do some stuff, and then we were doing this, so I missed out on quite a bit of that live, but that was really cool what he did for Sal. That was really awesome.
Oh, there's Rodney and Michael Morgan and Sobex. What's up, fellas?
Scooter. Nice, fantastic. Yes. Awesome. Very cool.
See if I can finally get in on my other phone, if I can get in on the YouTube.
Yeah, I was trying to figure it out, and it didn't work very well. Sue, oh, wait a minute. Let's try this. Sue's here. Jeremy, what's up?
Sue Chicken's here?
Yeah.
What?
Buddy. Let me see if I can get into it on my phone so I can... I'm going to try. I don't want to crash the system.
You won't
crash the system. I'm not talking about yours. I'm talking about mine.
Oh, well, you might do that, but not mine.
Hey, there's my ugly mug. Oh, there we go. Turn that down.
Hey, there's Big Worm. What's happening, brother? And Bees Blades.
Bees. Oh, Bees and I had a nice long conversation this morning. We recorded a channel chat this morning. That'll be coming out in a week. Very cool.
Oh, right on. That'll be good to watch. I think he's asking what you're trying to do.
I'm trying to comment. That's all I'm trying to do. I'm trying to figure out technology. I'm an old guy trying to do that. It's not fun. So, at least it's not
you guys are witnessing a monkey humping a football right now.
Pretty much. Pretty much. Yes. Oh, I'm even a moderator. Dude, I got to have my phone up. I'm a moderator on this thing.
You are.
Dude, holy crap. I'm letting the system go to heck here.
Dark Gravity, what's up, my friend? How you doing?
Oh, where's Dark Gravity? See, I'm way behind. I don't know what's going on. There he is. What's up? All right.
See, these guys, we have to be careful. These guys have a tendency to trash the hotel room that they're in right now, and I end up having to foot the bill because they get wild and crazy.
Ah. Yeah. Yeah, crazy times. Yeah, that was fun, Casey. Month in review. Now, somebody messaged me and said it looked like I was freaking half asleep. I went back and watched it. I was like, I was not.
Had you been partaking in the devil's lettuce? Were your eyes a little heavy?
Oh, not with my job. No. That's like, big time no.
Dude, Sue said y'all saw two monkeys in the Pacific Northwest. What in the world?
Oh, dude, talking about seeing crazy. Dude, I had a black bear run across the road in front of me the other night when I was coming home. That was nuts.
Wow.
I know they're here. I mean, we know they're here, but you just don't see them. But it was on the base where I work, and went right across the road in front of me. I was like, as a matter of fact, I had Zach on speakerphone. Zach had called me to ask me a question about something, and I was talking to him, and then I was like, holy shit! And then I went quiet. And he's like, are you okay? And I'm like, dude, a black bear just ran across the road in front of me. So I was like, oh, crap.
That's crazy, because I think, didn't KC say there was supposedly bears in his neighborhood recently?
Well, I mean, you see evidence. We see evidence all the time. Because, I mean, there's this whole area is covered with blackberries, right?
Right.
If you go walking out in the just go walking, you'll see plenty of piles of used blackberries, if you know what I mean. So,
Pooped
yeah.
out.
Yeah, do bears poop in the woods? Yes, they most certainly do.
Very frequently, apparently.
Yeah. So, you got a cougar up the hill? Rumor has it we have cougars here. I've never seen one. We're got mountains on both sides, so would it surprise me? No, not in the least.
Yeah, we've got a cougar up the street from me, actually, and she normally keeps to herself. But when she's like feeling frisky, she'll, get a couple of drinks in her, and she'll get, she'll come knocking on the door.
I do believe we're talking about two different types of there. But hey,
Oh,
I
okay.
don't judge.
Right on. Well,
That's just
one man's cougar is another man's girlfriend. So
yeah, I started counting deer on the way home every night, and because that base is pretty much an animal preserve when it comes to deer and stuff like that, and it's nuts.
yeah, because there's no hunting or anything.
No.
Where you're at or on the base.
I guess sometime in the Wayback Machine, you actually used to be able to archery hunt on base. But
see, and where I was stationed at, you could hunt. I mean, there was seasons and stuff, and you of course had to have a license and all that mess. But I mean, there was just so much property associated with where I was at, because the base was on some old land that the government had seized from William Randolph Hearst for like unpaid taxes or whatever. So I mean, there was like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of acres. So there was actually a DNR station like right there on base where you could go get your tags and all that stuff. So.
Oh really? Oh wow.
Yeah.
That has got to be one of the greatest names in the EDC community, Patina Turner.
Oh, is old Patina in here?
Oh yeah. That's just an awesome name.
It is, definitely.
It's going good. I get to hang out with you guys, so how can it not be going good?
And Z-Man's in the house. What's happening, Z?
How's it going?
Yeah.
A race knife guy.
I thought I saw that, and then it disappeared.
Erase knife guy.
Average knife guy. Oh no, I've changed his name. He is now above average knife guy.
Oh, okay.
Whether he likes it or not.
Gotcha. I was just reading. That's the problem when you do these lives. You read what, and I know I am terrible at it, but I misspell shit, and and it's like, what the hell are you trying to say? People ask me that, and I'm like, oh, sorry.
Yes, same with me. And they're like, what are you talking about? I'm like, how did you not understand that? And then I look, and I'm like, oh, okay, yeah. I understand now.
Yeah, I definitely get it.
National Knife Day.
Yep, August 24th, National Knife Day.
Oh, okay. Okay, right on. I thought you were talking about today. I was like, did I miss it?
Yep, National Knife Day is August 24th. I mean, man, everybody just has crazy sales and giveaways. I know when I did my channel chat with TC, I forget. I think he said they have something like 30 or 35 giveaways already set up.
Oh wow.
Yeah, between YouTube and Facebook and all that other good stuff. So, yep, August 24th. August 24th.
There's Mikey. What's up, Mikey? Did you see?
Up,
I think it was last year. Is it either last year or year before, where Blade HQ delivered to the guy's apartment or whatever on National Knife Day?
No.
Yeah, he won a giveaway or something, and they delivered it to his apartment and like filmed it.
He must have been local then or something.
Yeah, it was in there. Like it was before the whole Virginia thing, so it was of course Oregon or.
That's
what have you?
Cool. That'd be awesome. That would be awesome. Oh, Mikey Rast won some stuff from Backpack B2? Oh, sweet. Nice.
It's average knife guy. Above average knife guy said Grateful
Above.
Panda.
Above average knife guy. Yes. Dude, we got a couple of winners here. That's awesome. No, that was really cool what he did, though. What Backpack B did for Sal. I mean, that was... Oh, man. That was just really, really cool. And I mean, you know, that's just kind of what we do, you know? We help one another out.
Yeah, he did a neat thing. I need to go back. Did he, what did he do? Did he stream like the drawing live or?
Yeah, he streamed it live. You rocking that?
Well, there's Bill.
Today? Nice.
There's Bill. What's happening, Bill?
Bill.
Yeah, dang, I wish I'd known that. I missed that. I didn't. I had no clue he was doing that.
I think it started at 5 my time. I think that's when it started.
It's about 2:00 my time.
I was a little bit, like I said, I was in there for a little while, and then I had to go. Nellie needed some help doing stuff, so I went and helped her. And then when I got done, I came back and he was just signing off. I was like, I got to see like the first two drawings that he did.
Oh, okay. All right. I got to go back and. Okay, I see. Okay, Bees said, my wife said to say hi to Grateful Panda, but because when we were testing out, like him going live with me, his wife came down and he said something. He was like, "Oh, this is Grateful Panda." She was like, "Oh, hey, Grateful Panda," and I was like, I might have to change my name because I like Grateful Panda better than Grateful Panic now. And
dude, in your original sticker, you had the colorful koala, wasn't it? Was it the colorful koala? Is that what it was?
I had the little dancing bear.
Well, it kind of looks okay. Is it just a bear? It kind of looks like a koala.
It does.
Yeah. That's funny though. I like that. That's good.
So apparently there's some wonderful little girls out there named Payson and Pinsley that may or may not be watching. And if they are, what's up, ladies? You better listen to your daddy and behave, which I'm sure you do on a daily basis.
Always, right?
Always. And now we got Grateful Pancake. Well, I love pancakes, so that works.
I'm a waffle guy, sorry.
Hey, I'm non-discriminatory. I love waffles and pancakes equally. I don't have a preference.
Okay. I have, like, hey, Joe, Mark.
What's up, Joe?
I don't know what it is with pancakes, right? But I do like pancakes, but I'll eat one, you know, and if I eat more than one, I get that weird feeling in the back of my throat, like it don't like it. I don't know what it is. It's weird. But now I can eat waffles all day long, and it doesn't do anything. So I don't know. I'm weird.
Maybe because they're more dense than the waffles are lighter, you know.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. It's just
which
dumb.
if I eat pancakes or waffles, they either have to have like lots of butter and then syrup, and the butter has to be melted in, or peanut butter and maple syrup.
Peanut butter waffles are pretty tasty.
Yeah,
they are.
Or if you make chocolate chip pancakes and spread peanut butter on them and kill it with maple syrup, that's pretty on point there too.
Now you lost me. French toast. I do like French toast as well. I do like French toast.
Chocolate and peanut butter, man.
I know.
It's like a Reese's peanut butter cup waffle or pancake.
It's the chocolate delivery system that it doesn't work for me. I have no problem with chocolate and peanut butter. None whatsoever.
And Sue says peanut butter, and then right under it, Joe's talking about in Norwegian countries they put sour cream. So
really,
peanut butter's weird, but not sour cream.
Really, I do.
Bill's got my back.
I spent a lot of time in Norway, and I tell you what, the hotels we stayed at when I was in the Navy, man, when they do like a no crab, you know, like hotels here have a continental breakfast. You know, you get a dried out muffin and a banana. That's your
cereal and orange juice.
Dude, the hotels over there, they know how to do a breakfast. Like 8 different types of sausage and just the whole fixins. And it's, I never did see sour, or what did he say? Did he say sour cream?
Yeah, sour cream.
I never did see that.
But Patina Turner asked how fried chicken and waffles is a thing. Have you ever had a piece of fried chicken with syrup on it? Because it's pretty amazing.
See, I thought it was weird until I ate it. Yeah.
Pretty crazy good, huh?
Yeah, it is.
But it's kind of like sausage with syrup on it. That, dude. Whew.
Oh, yeah.
That's good.
Oh, my goodness, yeah. Sausage, bacon, you name it. Ham? Yeah. Give me something that'll kill me. I'll eat it. Yes.
Bill's about to go hit up an IHOP. He said he's hungry now.
Yeah, no kidding. Breaking news tonight: man walks into IHOP, steals 14 pancakes and 8 patties of sausage,
and all their syrup.
Call Bill. Make sure Bill's okay. Call him. Now, do you like flavored syrups or just plain maple syrup?
No. If it's not maple syrup, just like Mrs. Butterworth's or something like that, but like the blueberry syrup, no, I'm not down with all that. If I'm going to have fruit with my pancakes, put the fruit in the pancakes, and then I'll put syrup on the pancakes. I don't need it in my syrup.
I do like the strawberry, but it's just holy hell sweet. And I can do a little bit of it, but then it's like, okay, I gotta tone it back down to maple syrup, right?
Yeah, exactly. Now, if I can put slices of fresh fruit on the pancakes and put the syrup on it, and that's fine. Yeah. But no.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that flavored syrup. Like if you go to IHOP or whatever, holy crap, man! That's like you might as well have an insulin pump. That stuff is.
If you're not diabetic, you will be when you leave.
Exactly. If you order 3 breakfasts, you get half off a order of toast and a free insulin pump.
If you go there more than twice a week, eventually Wilfred Brimley will come visit you himself.
Yeah, diabetes.
Diabetes test supplies. What's happening in Hollywood? Welcome to the show. Welcome to the funny farm.
Yeah. Yes, indeed.
Let's see. Well, I guess now's as good a time as any to ask what everybody's carrying, and we might as well start with our guest. What you carrying today, JB?
Well, first off, it's Red and Finch Friday, so I had to go with the Red Finch, of course. Got the little Runtley today. Very cool, fun little knife. Rumor has it they're going to make an XL, so... Because I know this one's small, I get it. But some rumors about an XL coming out, so maybe. And then, thanks to KC, I got the 20.5. Getting to check that out. So, that's what I'm toting around today. That's the main
How are you
thing.
liking that 20.5?
It's... Yeah. It feels pretty darn... I mean, I was hoping to get them both at the same time because I got Rusty's 80/20 as well, right?
Right.
And this is a sweet knife as well. It really is. But that 20.5 just fits me just a little bit better. It really does. I mean, that's like the Adamas and the Mini Adamas. Love the Adamas. The Mini Adamas just fits my hand just that much better. You know?
Just a little bit better. I got to plug my phone in. I'm unprepared here.
So let's see, who's got what? Patina's got the Drift. Mark's got a 221, TS 221. Jeremy's got a Penguin. Joe's got the Street Legal and Asher Sentry. Very cool. Cerberus, nice. 20.5. Yeah, it is. It's just fits my hand just a little bit better. And I also have thanks to Peter, I have some very good friends that loan me lots of knives so I can make comparisons. He sent this thing. Oh my God. The 8010. Oh my Jesus. This thing's a beast. This thing is a beast.
It's almost too much knife for a folder.
I tell you what, I've had it just a little bit, and I can honestly say without even that this is just too much knife for me to carry around. It's just too, it's, and I mean, it's the same size as the 20 for the most part, if I can get them both in there. I mean, the 20 is even a little bit bigger, but I could see myself carrying the 20 before the 8010 because it's thick. Look at it.
Yeah, I mean, it's more girthy.
It is definitely more girthy. Definitely.
I think you left off with the Cerberus, right?
Yeah, Cerberus, I think, was the last one I read.
Right on. Well, Jeremy's got the 20.5 himself.
Yep.
Mikey Rast, Wooden Elementum, and now he's got a mini grip modded by BJ. You can't beat any knife modded by BJ.
Exactly.
Jim Shepard got the TS, lots of Tucson's, TS 328. Michael Morgan's got the 940 and a Marbles Tortoiseshell Stockman. Sobek Scooter's got the Pair 3. Dark Gravity with his ZT 0609. And Sue has a Rough Rider Dogleg Trapper Tiny Toothpick. Did you, Sue made a post on Instagram the other day that was really good with some Rough Rider slip joints.
Did I see that? I think I did. I think I saw it. I hope I saw it.
I think my memory's not quite what it used to be. Guys.
Oh, my memory sucks. That's like we were doing. I did the month in review with KC today, right? And somebody says, "Oh, it was Marcos." Said you suffer from CSR, right? Or CRS. Can't remember shit. I'm like, dude, I've had that for a long damn time.
Me too. Z-Man's got the Beyond EDC Arch, the Rovivon A9, Lynch Northwest All Access Pass, and Classic SD. Bill's got the full tie 8020. Oh no, he said the full tie 8020 is my Grail. Okay, right on.
Well, yeah.
AAKG Above Average Knife Guy's got the Bug Out Manix 2, Tinker, and a SOG Power Lock. KC has the F5.5 and carbon fiber and a Hogue K320. Dude, that F5.5, that's a knife that I have not checked out that I really want to check out at some point because everybody's just going nuts crazy about it, and I want to see what all the fuss is about.
Oh, that would be really cool, Jeremy. That would be really cool. I'm hoping to still have the 20 at that time. I do need to get these knives done and get them out to get them to the next guy. So, but that would be awesome, man. I would greatly appreciate that.
Traditional Larry, what's up, my friend? Thank you for joining us, man. Appreciate you being here, and I hope you stick around, have a good time. And he's got the Spyderco Chaparral with the Raffir Noble Scales. That's a cool little knife right there.
Yeah. Yep.
That was actually my first Spyderco. I got it from J.R. Rodriguez.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I fell in love. And then the Spydercos I had after that were kind of paled in comparison to it. So.
But what did Jim just get yesterday? What did he just get yesterday? The 328. He just got it yesterday? Cool. Sweet.
I like that the looks of that button lock that Tucson has put out. I think it's the 313. It's a good looking little knife. Oh, KC said his 5.5 review won't be all awesome. Well, I'm looking forward to that because it'll make me feel better about not having one.
Yes. So Mark's like, send them to me. I'll treat them right. I have no doubt.
Patina Turner said he carried the 5.5 yesterday and always forgets how much I like that knife. Well, okay, we don't need that right now. We need negative things about it, Patina. We want to hear how horrible it is, so I don't feel bad.
I've got.
So what's?
Oh,
go ahead, man.
I was just gonna say, did you get it on this thing?
Yeah, I did.
I thought so, and I'm pretty sure I've seen your review of it. Wow, this is an interesting little knife. It's aptly named, I'll give it that. Very aptly named. But
to me, it's like somebody said, how weird can we make the CRKT Polar?
That's not a bad way to look at it. That's really not a bad way to look at it. I find that it's very hard to find a comfortable grip on this knife. I like smaller knives. I'm all about smaller knives. But, yeah, I don't know. I got it, I signed up for it in the past round. It's definitely not my style of knife, but I need to show knives that aren't my style too. And that's why I signed up for it. Yeah.
Well, and I get that, and I want to do the same thing. It's just I don't want to crap all over a knife for any reason. So I feel bad, if it's not a knife that, either it's a knife that I don't like, or it's a knife that I just don't see the point in. I don't like to get them because I don't want to, be negative and just be like,
no.
You guys may like it, but I don't like. I haven't done a review on this one right here yet, and that's the little Kai V or whatever. Just because I'm like, why?
Yeah. Now, I might as well do my review tonight so I can put it in the mail. No, as far as the build quality and the action and everything like that, I got no problem with it. Have zero problem with it. The aesthetics, okay. It's just not my thing. It's just not. But if I can't find a comfortable grip with it, it's not going to get used. And that's my thing is I'm having a really hard time finding a comfortable grip with it. So, that's just, And like I said, some people like it, and that's awesome. We don't have to like the same things.
Honestly, I think there's too much curve, like between the handle to the blade. There's just too much curve, and it was the same with me. It put my hand in an awkward position.
I'm getting jammed up right here, no matter how I hold it, and it's the curve in the flipper tab and the handle together, or something. Even when I go forward on it, it's still getting me there. And if I come back on it, if I come back to where it's not getting me, then I've got I still got a 3-finger grip, but it's just awkward because I got a gap. You know what I mean? So, it's, it's not for me. Somebody said Gary loves his. That's awesome. If, we don't have to like the same things. I'm not going to tell somebody I like it when I don't. That's just not me. I'm not going to blow it up just because somebody sent it to me to review. That's not how it works. I think everybody knows that with the button lock Elementum. I think I've been through that, and it's just the way it is.
Yeah, and honestly, I think if that flipper tab was a little bit smaller and it wasn't angled so severely back, it would be a lot better.
I think so. I do too.
And with the Kai V, it's not a bad knife. I'm kind of like, why? Because I feel like you're either going to be opening boxes or, I feel like it'd be a great utility knife for maybe cutting linoleum or cutting stuff down on the floor but you're going to be putting a lot of pressure, and it's a double detent. There's no lock on it. So just go to Lowe's and buy one of their locking, folding utility knives where you can change the blades. And it's not a horrible knife. It's a cool little knife. It's just what's its purpose is what I want to know.
Yeah. If for something like that, it would be much better if it was locking. That would be my probably take on it.
Yeah, I mean, and like the bigger double detents, I get it. It's not, but this is, to me, it's kind of purpose driven, where you're going to be in there like getting into stuff and putting pressure behind
Right.
it, and just the wrong move and that blade's liable to fold. Which, yeah, it's got the I don't know if you can see it, but it's got the little bit right here that like the EWC and the slayback have, where your finger kind of covers it, so it's not gonna. But it's so much
Right.
shorter. So if you're like getting into it, I just feel like it could be detrimental to the health of your finger.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's. I mean, I'm not gonna trash a knife just because I don't like it. That's not what I'm gonna do. But I'm definitely gonna tell you if I do or don't like it and what I don't like.
Right.
So,
What's up, Alex? Thank you for joining us, man.
Alex
And
is here.
I finally just put the time aside the other day and finished up his review on the little Viking from that weird name company, the something Miser Messer. The
Not Ottermesser? No.
no, they make the big bulky overbuilt knives. It's a fixed blade, custom fixed blade maker and he's got folders that are coming out of like from Concept, I think.
Talk about CRS. Crap. Yeah, I can't think of it at the moment. Midgard. Yeah,
Midgard, that's it.
There you go.
But if you haven't checked that out, and anybody out there that hasn't checked it out, you need to check it out, because the production quality on that video is it's pretty amazing. I don't know what kind of wizardry Alex has been getting into. I asked him if he had gone to film school, and he said no, he's just been reading up a lot. But
there you go,
dude. Like I expected, like I said the other night, I expected Uthred to come popping out and just be a full-on Viking movie.
Oh, thank you, Charles. Thank you. Yeah, that was pretty cool. Got the giveaway will post Sunday afternoon, so keep your eyes open for that. I went back and
that's right.
I went back and watched it, and I'm really kind of discombobulated in that video. I really kind of am. Well, I was going kind of fast because I didn't want it to be a... What? Oh, you can say hi. You can say hi.
Hi, Nelly.
Guest appearance.
Hi, John.
Guest appearance.
It's good to see you. Thank you for coming on.
Hey, awesome. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday to dude. I'm famous now. Nelly's on the show, man. This is awesome.
Thank you. That was unexpected.
That was cool. That was cool as crap, man.
That was really unexpected. But no, I was really discombobulated in that video because I've been thinking about it I've been preparing for it for a while, right? And
right.
Stuff, and I was like, I need to get this shot, get it out. But the whole time I was thinking, the closer I got to doing it, and it took me an hour, I think, to basically compose myself enough to do the video. It really did. Because, I mean, doing this has meant a lot to me. It's meant a lot. I say it's my therapy, and people, maybe, take it with a grain of salt or whatever, but it really has been. It really, really has been. And to get to this point and just having as much fun as I'm having, it's been pretty cool. It's been pretty cool.
Yeah, did you ever in a million years expect this back in, what was it, 2018 or so when you started?
No. And it was just, I mean, I'm like trying to go through the rules, and I'm like, they'll be down in the description and stuff like that. It was just, I was trying, and it was just, it was just, and like I said too, I was trying to go, it's like almost a 20-minute video as it is, but I was trying to go fast, because, but Yeah, it was just funny. And I was like, you know what? I thought about reshooting it, and I was like, no, I'm not, because it's the truth. You know, it's in the moment. So yes. And who was that? Was that Bees said I married up? Yeah, I married up by a long shot, man. Oh no, Sobek said it. Yeah, I trust me, I married up by a long shot. So yeah, no argument here.
Yeah, I don't think he'll get an argument from anybody, which is saying a lot. I mean, everybody thinks the world of you. So to say that you married up, then they really think the world of Nelly. So that's a high praise for both of you.
Oh, trust me, she's Mama Bear. She's Mama Bear, trust me. Oh yeah.
There's no doubt.
Yeah. So, but no, it was pretty cool. So yeah, just keep your eyes open for that, guys. Get in on it. It'll be cool. It'll be cool.
Well, like you said, you want it to be real, man. You were being real, and I mean that's what you are. Is you're real. You're genuine, and I think that's one of the many reasons you have such a following. Is you're real. You don't put on airs. You don't pretend to be somebody you're not. You like what you like. You don't like what you don't like. And you're not afraid to say it.
I think I think most of us are. I mean, I really do. I think most of us are. I mean, it's. I won't say all. I won't. Because we know that's not true. But anyway, for the most of us are.
Well, I'll say most of us, like in this group, the people that we run with,
sure. Without a doubt.
This group, yeah.
Yeah, without a doubt. Thank you, Patina. Thank you very much. Michael said he loves JB. I love Michael. Is that cool?
Don't we all love Michael?
I think so.
Yeah, he's like our little class clown, I think. Between him and KJ.
Is he the oh goodness, now here we go. Leave it to Beaver. Who was the instigator? Doggone it.
Are you talking Eddie Haskell?
There you go. Eddie Haskell.
Yeah.
Is he the Eddie Haskell?
He's like the Eddie.
All right. That's good. You gotta have one. Yeah.
Well, we've got two, but like I said, between him and KJ, I mean, we're flush with class clowns. So.
KJ. That guy. It's fun. He's awesome. It's a lot of fun.
He keeps you on your toes, both of them.
Oh, I did see that, Z-Man. Work Sharp. They're hiding all those boxes all around up here. They just did one in Washington again. I saw that. Yeah.
What's going on? What did I miss?
Work Sharp. Work Sharp's doing this thing with a bunch of people where they're hiding boxes all over. They did one in South Dakota. They've done them in, I think this is a second one they've done in Washington, Idaho, and they give you clues. It's kind of like a scavenger hunt or something like that. And they give you clues as to where it's located, and you got to go out and find it. It's kind of cool. That
is cool. That sounds. I seriously doubt they will make their way to South Carolina anytime soon, but that's pretty neat right there.
Well, I thought it was just supposed to be like the Pacific Northwest, but they had one in South Dakota, so I mean that's a ways. So I don't know. I don't know how far they're reaching because they're here,
Yeah. Casey said, "I thought you were the class clown, John." No, I don't even know what I am, Casey. I'm just me.
Best Damn EDC did one in South Carolina. Oh, really? That's cool.
Oh, sounds like Sue's taking off. Have a great night, Sue. And Sue, I am waiting on Paul to email me with his choice. But until then, I guess email me your first choice and second choice. And if he doesn't get in touch with me by Monday, you will move up to the number 1 spot, and Tom will be number 2, and I'll draw for a third. So go ahead and give me your first and second choice on the prize packs, if you will, please, ma'am.
Cool.
And my email's in the description of the where I announced the winners, that video.
It's Grateful Panda. No, it's not. I'm sorry. Good night,
We'll
Sue.
do things. All right. Good night, Sue. Have a good one. She's a fellow Washingtonian, isn't she?
Yeah, she's out in Eastern Washington. Yeah. Yep. Very cool. There's a few out here that Jim and Penny, they're out in Eastern Washington. There's a few of them. Z-Man's real close. I've met up with Z-Man. I had a couple beers with him a few times, so that's pretty cool.
Oh, Z-Man.
Yep.
I was picking with him it's been a while now, and he won that, he won a giveaway on Zach's channel, like one of the ones Zach did on this live, and I was joking with him on the actual live saying, "Oh, it's rigged. His name's Zach. It's another Zach. It was rigged." And then the next live, he had changed his name. I was like, "Oh crap! I hope he didn't think I was like being serious, so he changed his name." But he said no, it was a different reason. He took it all in good fun. So yeah, that was.
That's good. That's good. The wife's getting into the night. That's cool, Bees.
Heck yeah, that's what's up, man. You'll have to have you and your wife on the Grateful Panda show sometime, Bees.
There you go. There you go.
Z-Man, I've given Z-Man a mission should he choose to accept it. And by his question, I think he has, and hopefully Zach's not on here, but I've given him the mission of getting a picture of Zach when he meets up with him.
Ooh. I'm staying out of that.
Purely for I'm not gonna broadcast it. It's purely for personal reasons. Maybe like a size comparison type thing. Say, okay, will you stand here next to this so we can get a size comparison? I'm gonna take a picture, and then just take a picture.
Well, I can tell you that. No, I won't tell you that. Oh, I have a picture of Zach. I do.
We won't ask you to show it because
no.
We respect his privacy.
Yeah, definitely.
If anything, it makes him more mysterious, and it's not like it's even more mysterious than Nick Shabazz, because Nick Shabazz is kind of so flamboyant about staying hidden or whatever, and Zach's just like on the down low with it, and it's kind of like, who is this guy?
Zach's just like the master moderator, king of DSKFS, and it just builds the whole illusion and the mystery behind it all. Yeah.
So, are you down for some questions, Mr. JB? Yeah.
Oh yeah, sure. Why not?
Right on. See, here's the thing. You are constantly you're doing the channel chat. You're all the time having people on. You kind of interview them to a certain extent, but nobody, whoever interviews Jody.
I did a couple. I've done a couple. I did one with Ray a while back, and then I did a podcast with Bearded. Did a podcast with him.
With Jake?
Yeah. Bearded Gear.
Yeah. Right on.
Boy, he's a good dude. Good dude.
Yeah, Nick is a good dude.
Somebody said they want Zach. Oh, it's Jeremy. I want a picture of Zach as a giant glowing blue butterfly.
If I could get a picture of that, I would have it done as a tattoo. Honest engine.
Yeah.
Well, let's take it back to not quite the beginning of Jody's life, but so what prompted you? What was your main motivation for enlisting in the Navy?
Oh, that's easy. As much as I respect farmers and the farming community, well, we didn't have a family farm. That was long gone before I came around. But I didn't want to be a farmer. I mean, I just didn't. I saw family members lose their farms because, crops, they weren't getting enough rain, so you got to irrigate everything, and then the irrigation systems break down, and you spend thousands of dollars, and they just get deeper and deeper in debt, and it just, wasn't for me. I was kind of tired of school after high school, and I just was like, well, and the biggest thing when I went in the military is all my uncles were military men, all of them. World War II vets, Korean vets. One was a Vietnam vet. And sitting around listening to them tell stories. And just, yeah, I mean, that was a big part of it. And I was like, whoa, I mean, 3 hots and a cot, it's a little bit better than jail. And they'll clothe me and everything else. Hey, why not? And 20 years later, you know, I stuck with it. But that was pretty much the real reason.
Right, which I was going to ask, like, what kept you there?
Why give up that gig? No, I mean, and seriously, I mean, that's basically what it boils down to. Is, I mean, I was doing well, had a family to support, didn't know what the hell else I was going to do if I got out at the time, you know, and the first time I re-enlisted is because they offered a pretty decent re-enlistment bonus. That's what got me the first time. And by the time that one was over, I'd been in for 9 years, which is a year away from 10, which is halfway to retirement. So it's just like, yeah, okay, I'm here. And just kept going.
Yeah, 9 years, it's kind of like, if I get out now, I would wasted 9 years of my life.
Kinda. I mean, yeah. I mean, I knew a lot of people that did. I mean, I knew a lot of guys that got out at 8 years, and, you know, I knew guys that got out at 12 years, 13 years, you know, because it just wasn't for them anymore, and I get that. If you're really not happy, then why do it? You know, honestly. So I just, the last 3 years of my enlistment were probably the worst I did in the military. And I'll be perfectly honest with you, there was a point in those last 3 years and that I was not in a very good place. I wasn't. I was not in a good place at all in my head. And I had to fight through some stupid stuff in my head. I really did. And I mean, thank God for her. I ain't even gonna lie. That girl, I would come home from work and she would have my favorite food, my favorite beer every damn night, trying to get me back to where I needed to be. She was just absolutely awesome. And it was a struggle. So, yeah. Oh, now we have an echo?
Okay, is it just when I talk? Because I hear it too now.
Oh, do you? I don't hear one. I don't hear one at all. So
It's like it's coming in through your. Well, there it goes. It's gone.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hello. I can barely hear it now. It's faint. It's like it's coming out your, like, out speakers and back into a microphone.
Let me do something real quick. I'm going to turn my audio down. Like I said, I could not get my headphones to work, so I had to use my speakers. How you doing?
I can hear you.
Okay, good. I can still hear you, so that's good. That's good. I'll turn it down just to make sure.
Well, as long as you can hear,
I can hear you.
Okay.
I can hear you.
Is that better, guys?
But yeah, that's kind of, and I know what it was because I had done a different type of job in a different platform, and I went, and the 5.5 years previous to those 3 years were the best 3 years I had, or best 5 years I had in the military. I felt like I was doing something. I was making a difference, so to speak, if you will. And I was so happy, but I had to leave because that's what the military does to you, unfortunately. You know? And I was like, okay, my kids were in school here. We were established here. Okay, I'll stay here and I'll go to a different type of submarine than I've been on for 17 years. That was a mistake. For my head, And for me, it was a mistake because it was a completely different mindset, and I hated it. I hated it. But I was 3 years away from retirement. You can't. So I gutted it out and finished out. So, yeah.
So, okay, what was your primary job on a submarine?
Sonar. Listening.
Sonar, okay.
This is what I did for 20 years. It is. That's what I did for 20 years. Listen to the sounds in the ocean. And you can hear everything from ships to whales to to shrimp to ice. Ice, oh, no, ice is horrible. If you're near ice and it's when the ice is rubbing, it sounds like a woman screaming. Oh, it's eerie. It's eerie. Oh.
Daggum. Yeah, I mean, I've seen it in the movies. The guy, like, they can, just the teeniest little sound, they can identify what it is. And that blows my mind.
Yeah, you go through a lot of training. What do shrimp sound like? Bacon frying. That's exactly what it sounds like. Shrimp sounds like bacon frying.
Wow.
Yep. And whales sound like whales. Dolphins sound like dolphins. You know what I mean? But Jeremy says, "Do fish fart." That's what we called the things that we didn't know what it was. What was that? Fish fart? Yeah.
So,
Ice was just, oh, that was weird. That was really weird.
So I'm guessing when you said, like, you know, I guess the mission changed. You went from one type of submarine to a different type of submarine, and it wasn't your bag.
I went from the submarines that are the hunters, go out, find a bad guy, get the bad guy, you know, get him, to the submarine that, oh, a fish farted, let's run. And it was just completely, I hated it. Because for me as a sonarman, I'd been trained for 17 years to go find the bad guy, listen for the bad guy, and now I have to run from a whale. You know, and I hated it. I hated it.
So basically, it would be like, oh, hey, what's up, Lone Wolf? Thank you for joining us, man. It's good to see you. It'd basically be like you couldn't wait to give somebody information on something that you heard to, you don't want to tell them what you heard because, you know, as soon as you do, you're turning tail and hauling ass.
Oh, I mean, you have to. You have to.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, because not only do you have, you not only have audio, but you have a visual display as well. And you can actually see noise on the video, you know, on your visual display. And you've got people, you know, out in the control room that have a display as well. And if something shows up on the screen, they're like, "What's that? What's that? What's that?" It was like the same thing it was the last 20 times you freaking asked me. It's a freaking whale. Leave me
Fish
alone.
fart.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, yeah, it was done. You see that? You see the emojis down there?
Yeah.
The fish with the little wind. That's good. I like that. Yeah. So
I think the best movie I've seen as far as kind of showcasing the sonarman was, what was it, U-571? I think is where they took out. But I think that's the first movie I like where he was like kind of a main character, you know, where it really focused on him, and I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, that was decent. Another one that isn't too bad is actually Hunt for Red October. I mean, I can't push a button and it tells me, oh, this is this. That doesn't happen. You have to know what you're listening for and stuff. But, I mean, it was a lot of the things that he said and heard were, you know, fairly accurate. Oh, Das Boot is a...
that one too.
Ooh. That's another one's Gray Lady Down. You don't want to be a submariner and watch that movie. That's not a good one.
Oh, what's happening, Jeremy? ILK Jeremy and
Hey.
Golik and Mariana's in the house.
Mariana, hello.
I'm gonna do something real quick. I'll be right back.
You were waving your finger at me. I thought I did something wrong. Hi. What's everybody up to? Down Periscope, yeah. Down Periscope was pretty good. That one was pretty funny. The guy that, yeah. Does sound perception change with depth or temperature of the water? It absolutely does. Absolutely. Temperature, pressure, and salinity have the biggest effects on sound in the ocean. Absolutely. Absolutely. Without a doubt.
Well, we'll see if that worked. I thought I might have the. I thought I might not have the echo cancellation picked, but I did. I selected like auto volume control and see if that helps a little bit because I was starting to hear that echo again.
Okay. Let's see. Bill says, what was the longest I spent without surfacing? 93 days.
No.
93 days was the longest.
No, I could not spend my life for 3 months knowing I was underwater.
Oh, dude, we had some tall guys. We had some pretty tall guys on submarines. Yes, we did. Does salinity help or hinder sound? The more salinity, the better the sound travels in water. The higher the salinity, the lower the temperature, and those because that water it makes water more dense. So sound is going to travel better through a more dense medium. So it definitely does.
Oh, what in the world? Jason Brown is saying his comments are not showing up in the chat, which he's not. I didn't put him in timeout.
Oh, I don't know how. So I don't know how. And I turned my phone off because it was or I turned the live stream off on my phone because my phone's about to die. So no. I'm sorry, Jason. I didn't do it.
Did somebody put Jason in timeout? What are you guys doing? No, I didn't. Which I don't see him. Well, there's a couple of moderators. Let's see. Above average knife guy's a moderator, and I think that's it. So, but I don't see it would show up on here as where Jason was putting timeout, but he hasn't been.
Do I remember NMCI? Oh yes, I remember NMCI. Pain in the butt. Yeah, I'm not seeing him either. That's a bummer.
See if I can. There's something I can do. Yeah, there's not showing up in the other chat either as him being on timeout.
Oh, you were Scooter word. Sorry, Scooter. Scooter's like, I worked for him for 15 years. I'm sorry, dude. It was a pain. From our end, dealing with NMCI was a pain. I apologize, but it kind of was. I mean, it wasn't. It just seemed like things took so long. I guess that was the biggest issue with it. I guess.
Hey Jason, try now because I may have fat fingered something because when I go back it says that a message deleted by me, which I didn't intend to, but I hit it and hit unhide. So try to respond now, Jason.
When you first logged on, it shows he was leaving messages earlier. I saw that. Still not seeing anything.
No. There we go. Yes, I did that apparently and didn't even realize it. Which it's not showing up on the StreamYard chat, but when I went back in the regular YouTube chat, somehow I must have hit a comment or something of his and put him in timeout. I'm sorry. You can get out of the corner now, Jason. That's totally my bad.
Oh, what was the alien question, Patina? I'm sorry. What was your alien question? missed
Oh,
the.
he wanted to know if you had seen or heard anything, any alien sounds or
I don't
something
think
you couldn't
so.
talk about.
I don't. Well, there's plenty of stuff I heard that I can't talk about. There's plenty of that, but it's stuff that I knew what it was. We'll put it that way. But I don't think I heard anything alien. I don't think so.
I mean, maybe you did and just called it a fish fart.
I made maybe that's definitely possible. No, Jason, we weren't ignoring you.
And I definitely wasn't mad at you either. That was just me and my dumbness. I apparently hit the wrong thing.
Oh, yeah, trust me, there's plenty of stuff that I'm not allowed to talk about, unfortunately. But I signed paperwork, so. And
Yeah,
they're
and
pretty
once
serious about that paperwork.
Once you've signed it, it doesn't matter if you're no longer in the military. You don't talk about it.
No, if stuff gets out, oh yeah, you'll get. Excuse me, Mr. Bassett, can we talk to you? No,
Yep.
no, you can't.
I was infantry, and my last duty station was a test and experimentation post where we tested anything. We tested anything from the new socks for the Army to weapon systems and radar systems, and we even did a test, which I mean I can kind of talk about it because it didn't come to fruition. We tested some it was like radar repelling armor for the Humvee, and it was basically, it looked like it was a brushed stainless Humvee.
Oh really? Oh wow, that's crazy.
But I guess it didn't work, so, or maybe it did and they didn't tell us, and now I'm about to have guys knocking on my door.
Well, that's just it, Scooter. Like I said, the 5 years prior to those last 3, it was all super secret squirrel. It was top secret, compartmentalized. I had to take lie detectors every so often to make sure I wasn't talking about stuff, and that shit was cool. I had a lot of, and I went from that to running from fish. So yeah, it sucked. It sucked. So yeah, you
went from high speed to low drag.
I did. No, I went from high speed to high drag. Big high drag. So yeah. Space station launch. Oh, cool.
Nelly got you through it, luckily, those last 3 years, because then once you're there,
she did. Oh my God, she did. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, she did. And it was unfortunate because, I mean, if our marriage ever come close to ending, it was then. Because she was putting so much effort out and not getting anything back in return. I can admit that. She was. And it wasn't intentional. It just, I could not get out of my own head. You know?
Yeah, and well, on top of the fact that you're there, like, it's not like you can just raise your hand and be like, hey, can you guys put me somewhere else? I don't like this. Like, you're stuck. Yeah.
Well, I probably could have, and I probably would have lost my retirement too.
Right.
So, that's like I said, you just, nut up, gut up, and get through it, right? I mean, that's all you can do. That's all you can do.
Yep, and we'll see. I was dumb because I had everything all lined up. I was set for reenlistment, and the only way I was going to reenlist is there was a specific duty station I wanted to go to in Italy. It was an airborne unit, so I had it lined up. Went TDY back to Fort Benning, did chump school, came back, and I let my first wife talk me out of reenlisting because her parents had moved here from England, and that, like, her little family unit was her mom, her dad, and she had one grandma and grandpa and an aunt and uncle that lived here, and the rest of them lived still back in Great Britain. So her big thing was, well, my family's all here. I've never been far away from my family. I don't want to go to Italy. Well, I did, and that was the only way I was re-enlisting. So I said, you know what? I'll get out. I'll go ahead and ETS out. And then I look back, and what would it have been? 7 years ago, I would have retired.
Yeah.
And I was so mad. But hey, it happens. You live and you learn.
Yeah, I mean, that's all you can do. That's all you can do. And I mean, my son was in. My son went in for 5 years. He really wanted to go to college and realized, I mean, we told him we would help him, some, but, the reality is you're going to get out of school and you're going to have some debt behind you. And then he came and, he's like, well, what about the Navy? He was really, and the Navy started this whole post 9/11 GI Bill thing, which was incredible, to say the least. He's been going to school for 4 years now, and really hasn't paid for a thing because he did 5 years in the Navy. So, he did what he had to do to get what he wanted. He got out because it wasn't for him, which I was like, okay, I get that. Not for everybody. So, but yeah.
And that's really cool, actually, because now he's in the position where he gets to go to school. It's paid for, and then he's got his whole life ahead of him. It's not like he got to go to school for 4 years and then has an obligation to the military after he graduates.
Right.
Like
right.
he's in a prime position right now. That's really cool.
Yeah. And he's going for cybersecurity. That's what he's doing right now. So, very cool. Hey, RJ, what's up?
What's up, RJ?
Dan?
What's up, Dan Barack?
Dan's here too. Very cool. Yeah, your sister did that with the Air Force. Yeah, I tell you what, when they came out with that, I was like, how is anybody ever going to stay in the military? Because it was a hell of a deal what they came out with. It was just, not only did they pay for his school, but they gave him a stipend to live on. And he was sharing an apartment in Seattle with a friend, which was crazy expensive, but he had enough money where he could go to school, pay rent, and eat, and didn't have to have a job. He had an odd job he did for a few hours a week, but he didn't have, and all of that is considered, it's non-claimable income. So then he was able to get Pell Grants also. So, I mean, he made the system work for him. He did his 5 years, and then he made,
Well, with non-claimable income, then again, he doesn't have to pay taxes on it either, does he? Nice.
Oh.
Yeah, I've been at, and I'm loyal to the Army. I love the Army, and I won't say a bad thing about them, but ever since I've got out, if anybody has asked me, my thoughts on should I join the military, I'll say yes, as long as it's the Navy or the Air Force.
Yeah.
And my reasoning is because generally you come out of both of those with more applicable skills as far as a career.
Well, I mean, if you do something like infantry, I mean, seriously, I mean, listen, I know, but infantry isn't a bad background for like law enforcement and that type of thing, because you have some sort of, how do I want to put it? I wouldn't want a Navy cook necessarily coming out and being a cop because, plenty of them do. They had a program, what do they call it, Blue to Blue, where a lot of police forces were picking up people from the Navy. They had a Green to Blue, where a lot of, some police forces were picking up guys straight out of the Army. I just think somebody that has been unless you've been a master at arms in the Navy. That's like the Navy cop. I think somebody in like the Marine Corps infantry or Army infantry is just better suited for a job like that. That's just my opinion.
That's true, and I got lots of law enforcement offers afterwards. But see, again, that was my stupidity, because when I went to enlist, it was a spur of the moment thing. That I had literally just quit my job. I was living with a friend of mine and his parents. I was sitting at their townhouse, like watching TV one day, contemplating my life decisions, and an Army, like join the Army commercial came on, and I was like, okay, I'll go join the Army then. And
Yeah.
left, and 2 hours later when I got back, I was enlisted. Well, my recruiter, when he plugged everything in, my ASVAB scores had me to where I could have, he offered me a military intelligence contract.
Ooh, there you
And
go.
I was like, well, what is that? Explain it to me. He did. And I was like, dude, I'll take it. So he's signing me up, and he's going down the checklist. He said, okay, minimum enlistment. He said, okay, your minimum enlistment is 6 years. And I was like, whoa. Say what now? He said, your minimum enlistment is 6 years, because it's a year. Military intelligence is 1 year of schooling, like just right off the bat.
Yeah.
And he said, since you have so much schooling, they don't want you to just basically to get out of school, serve a year or two, and then get out.
Right.
And
Right.
I said, well, I'm not looking for 6 years, dude. Like, give me one of them 3-year gigs. Like, what you got in that flavor? And he was like, well, we got Army infantry. I was like, okay, I'll take it. And yeah, that was another poor life decision.
RJ was saying something. Every day is a challenge, and every meal is an adventure. What was the thing in the Navy was every day is a holiday, every meal's a feast, every paycheck's a fortune. Right? It was like, yeah, not so much, but yeah, not quite. We did have some good food, but I tell you what, when I was in San Diego right after boot camp, I was in school in San Diego, and I came in on a 6-year enlistment because I came in what they called the advanced electronics field. I was not only a sonar, but I was a technician as well. They taught me how to fix everything and all that. So I had a lot of schooling to begin with as well. But we would go over to the Marine Corps base, because Marine Corps boot camp was right next to Navy boot camp. So you
Right.
get the guys that decided to jump the wrong fence from Navy boot camp and wind up in Marine Corps boot camp. Bad, really, really bad decision. Because they don't give you right back. They keep you for a little while. Yeah.
Was
But we used to go over to that base and eat, and they had some pretty damn good food over there.
so Miramar's that's not where you were at, is it?
No, Miramar is further north. It was RTC, NTC, San Diego.
Okay.
I mean, it was right down, damn near on the water. Kind of down towards Point Loma,
Okay.
down
Right.
there.
Yeah, when I was stationed in California, that girl that taught me taught me into getting out of the Army, she was actually going to school in San Diego at University of San Diego, so I spent a lot of time down there. And then of course I had a couple of friends who ended up we had a track program, which was if you say you were drinking maybe a little bit too heavily, they would send you had track 1, which is like kind of minor, but then once you got further, like deeper into it, and the actual program was down in Miramar.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So they would stay there for a month and do meetings and stuff like that. So
North Island I wasn't on North Island, but North Island was right down there, fairly close, Casey. It was more towards, and now it's not even a base anymore because they got rid of, and no, we weren't talking about Pendleton. Where we'd go to eat was MCRD, Marine Corps Recruit Depot. And they were right next door. But the base was, and it's, like I said, it's not even, I don't think it's really even a base anymore. There might be a little one there. They gave it pretty much all back to the city of San Diego. They closed it down, and now the only boot camp's in Great Lakes. But I've been back there, not for a long time, but our barracks, the barracks that I stayed in, were right by the fence, and then there was the highway. And I mean, the highway's right there, and if you drive right by, all those barracks are all burned out. You know, people living in them, homeless people living in them and stuff. Seriously, they were. So.
But so then, do you remember the Dolly Parton monument on the way to San Diego? If you're north of San Diego, heading south on the right, the Dolly Parton monument. It's actually, I think, like some kind of nuclear station, but it's got the two giant domes.
Oh, I think so. Yeah. Yeah, I think so. I think I know what you're talking about.
I think it's right there in like Oceanside.
Okay, that's a little. Yeah, okay, that's a little further up. Okay, yeah.
It's like not far before you get to Camp Pendleton if you're heading south. It's a little bit north of there, I think. But yeah, I was the first time I passed it, I was like, "There's two big boobies over there. What is that?" And so I always called it the Dolly Parton Monument.
There you go, San Onofre.
Patina Turner said they used to say the same thing. Yeah, San Onofre. That's it. Yep. That's it exactly.
Coronado. Coronado was down by 32nd Street. That was the surface ship base. Was down on 32nd Street. That's what they called it. And Coronado Island was kind of out there. I've been out to Coronado Island a few times, sure.
And I'm sure you've been to TJ a few times too, then, right?
Once or twice.
Once or 12 times.
Yeah. Probably
that was back in the good old days when you could go and not have to worry about things. But
see, on NTC, when we were stationed there, 18 and over could drink to keep you from going to Tijuana. If you were 18, you could drink beer or wine coolers on base. No hard alcohol. They wouldn't sell you hard alcohol. I mean, if you were 21, you could at the base club, but yeah, 18, you could drink beer on base. And trust me.
But of course, you still went to TJ.
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah. We did.
Which to me, it wasn't about because I was already old enough to drink. It was just the experience I wanted to experience. And the first time was really fun, so I went back several times. And then, I never had a negative experience. As a matter of fact, the only negative experience I had going down there was just the time I went down during the day. And the negative was just the sadness. Because you don't see all that at night, you don't see the mothers with their babies laying on the sidewalk and stuff. So
yeah, North Island. There you go. We used to go over to North Island and go to Gator Gardens. That was the Marine Corps bar over there. We used to go over there. Shore patrol. I stood shore patrol. Yeah, carried a nightstick. Oh yeah.
Painted donkeys.
Oh yeah, the painted donkeys. Saw more than one of those. Saw more than one of those. Take your picture with the zebra? That's not a zebra, dude. You got a miserable ass donkey on a leash. That's what you got.
And another story that goes along with when I went down in the daytime. First of all, is their taxi drivers are insane.
Oh my God.
I was laughing. My friend was sitting in the front seat and his face was pure white because we were going down one-way streets the wrong way. Stop signs meant nothing to this guy.
Oh, no.
We get there. We're walking down the sidewalk and the streets are filled for some reason. And I hear the screeching noise and I look up and I see something kind of fly up in the air. And I was like, I said, oh my goodness. I was like, a horse just got hit. So we go up to check it out. Well, it was this larger sized native woman to Tijuana that had been hit by a taxi.
Oh my God.
Which I wasn't surprised because they don't stop for anything.
No,
and literally he didn't.
no.
She walked out in front of him and he just kept going.
Oh yeah.
But luckily she wasn't hurt.
Hey John. The two characters. Yeah, we're here. Yeah, Coronado Hotel was beautiful, beautiful hotel. Oh my goodness, it's beautiful.
I think Patina Turner said he remembers going to a beach in Mexico and they had a lion in a cage. Just randomly had a lion in a cage.
Yeah.
What's up, Marcos and Brother John Boy? Thank you guys for joining us.
Marcos,
We're
Tom, hey.
talking about the old days, the olden times for Jody.
The worst thing that probably, well, the two worst things that, okay, the three worst things that happened to me.
Can we go for four?
No, we weren't supposed to stay. You weren't supposed to stay overnight. You weren't supposed to stay overnight. Well, we did once. That was because there was no way I was coming back across the border. Because some idiot thought it would be a good idea to try all these drinks that he'd heard of on TV. What's a tequila sunrise? Well, here you go. All right. What's this? There you go. And bad. And so I was in really bad shape. And what I remember being down there, and I smoked at that time. And you really didn't want to buy cigarettes down there because you really didn't know. You probably, that donkey or the zebra that the guy had on the leash, he probably made some filling for that cigarettes because that's kind of the way they tasted. But I smoked I was drinking and smoking. I smoked like a pack of Mexican Marlboros while I was down there. I could not breathe the next day. It was horrible. I don't know what was in those cigarettes, but oh my God. It was terrible. And then my brother come out to visit one time. So that was 2 in 1. I got way too drunk and I couldn't breathe. And then another time my brother came out, so I took him down there just to show him. And we were walking down, and there was a hostess standing outside of one of the establishments, and she was trying to get me come in to said establish. We're like, no, we're not here. She bit me. She bit me on the back of the shoulder. So then I had to go home, and the next morning, Nellie's like, what's that bruise on your shoulder? Oh, shit. It was pretty obvious what it was.
A donkey bit me.
The zebra bit me. So then I'm, like, okay, great. Now I have to explain this one. So, yeah, those were probably my two craziest experiences in Mexico. So, oh, fun times.
I think the craziest for me, we ended up down there on Cinco de Mayo, and the bars had shut down. So of course it's like super late, and I mean, as you know, you can $20 will get you enough alcohol there to incapacitate a elephant pretty much, which my buddy Troy had taken full advantage of. So we're kind of carrying him along, and my other friend Charlie's trying to pick up girls down there. And at some point, he ended up grabbing one's hand and had walked off, and we had to go get him. And I was like, "What are you doing?" He was like, "She said come with me," so I went. And I'm like, "No, dude, you don't do that."
No.
Well, the next thing we know, all the lights on that street go off, like total pitch dark, and there's people standing on the balconies all along that street, and they just start throwing glass bottles down.
Yeah.
I have no clue what was going on.
Yeah.
But there's glass bottles are busting all around you, and we just ran. We just hauled tail to the where you cross at the border or whatever. And still to this day, I have no clue what was going on.
Oh yeah. Yep. Oh, Jared. Oh yeah, he's got that giveaway going on. Yes, indeed. Absolutely.
Did that put that up there? Because I can't tell.
Yeah, it's up. It's up.
Okay, good. Yeah, definitely check out Jared's Instagram. If there's a mod in the chat, and you're following Jared on Instagram, could you do me a huge favor and at least put the link to his to the giveaway post in the chat?
I might be able to. Let's see if I can find her here.
Troy said some of them girls, not girls.
Well,
definitely.
This one thing happened when a group of us guys went down there that I'll tell you sometime offline, but I definitely can't share it in public. But it was just like, it's one of those things that it happens and you're like, it is time to go now. You know, it was bad.
Well, yeah, our time to go moment that night, it wasn't near as bad as something like you can't talk about in public. It was Troy, like I said, my friend Troy had taken full advantage of the inexpensive alcohol down there, and this guy that he wasn't even in, our group, he came up and was like, "Hey, isn't that your friend?" And I looked up, and Troy was standing facing a corner, having a full-on conversation with the corner, like, I mean, waving his finger and everything. And I was like, "Yeah, it's time to go. We got to leave, guys."
I mean, that was probably me that one night. I wouldn't be surprised. But any run-ins with the cartel? No, I do have a story about something similar to that, though. Right about the time I got out of the Navy, my brother lives in Arizona. He and I went to Mexico 2 or 3 years in end of February, first part of March, fishing, bass fishing. We went down to Lake El Salto down there. And one time we were out on the lake and we're fishing, we're doing our things, and you look up and there's guys walking around. And the guys will turn and you can obviously see the profile of a rifle over their shoulder. And you just ask the guide, is like, "What's that?" And he's like, "We don't bother them, they don't bother us." Roger that. Okay. Enough said. So, yeah. So, somebody said, what years were you in San Diego? I was down there 89, 90, and 91. Got there in June of 89 and left in May of 91. That's when I was in San Diego.
I was hanging out down there a few years after you, 94 to 97. So around the same time frame, back when it didn't cost an arm and a leg to live in California.
Yeah. I remember one time on the boat, we had a guy, he wasn't from our crew, but we were down a guy or something, so we borrowed a guy from another crew to help us out for a little while. And he said he still owned a house in San Diego, but he had, I forget what they're called, but he had one of the loans that, a mortgage that you're just paying on the interest. It was an interest-only mortgage. And I was like, so you're basically never going to own anything. You're never going to have any equity in your house. And he's like, no. I was like, why would you do that? Christine!
I was about to say, speaking of California, there's Christine herself. The illustrious Christine.
David was at Balboa. Okay. 85,
and I feel like Peter can't be far behind.
Righty, well.
Oh, there he is. Howdy, Peter. What's happening, birthday boy?
Yes.
Or
happy belated birthday, Peter. Do you see him? I don't see him. I thought I saw him.
He's a little bit up.
Is he? I missed him then. Oh, there he is. Hello, Peter. I missed you. I'm sorry.
Well, I've got to say this just because Mikey very rarely gets one in, but he actually had a funny one when you were talking about being bit. He said your response should have been, "Oh, just some bitch bit me. No big deal."
Well, that's basically what I told her. I mean, trust me, it was pretty clear on what had happened. It was pretty evident. So, I mean, that was basically the answer I gave her. I was like, she wanted me to come in the bar. I said, no, she bit me. That's what happened.
And Nelly said, "That's my man."
Oh, who else came in? I saw somebody else. Jay Evans. Hey, buddy. What's
Not
up?
Javon. What's happening, Javon?
Javon.
Have you heard that whole story?
No, I haven't.
It was when they had Tri-State EDC on. I think it was just the Lefty Live. It might have been on the Edge, but he had left the room to go use the red. Like he wasn't on camera anymore, and Lefty was pretty much like, "Hey guys, let's leave and close out," and he'll come back in and it'll just be him, and he'll be like, "Oh my goodness, what do I do?" So he did that. He came in, he just took over. He was like, "Hey, what's up, guys?" And John Evans had like made a comment or whatever, and he was like, Javon. So okay, so I see what you're saying, Javon, and he just kept calling him Javon. So from then on,
Oh my goodness. Somebody else said hi. Oh, there's Todd. What's up, Todd?
Todd Carr, what's happening,
Yeah,
Todd
yeah.
Carr? Oh, he was lurking.
He was
Lurker's
lurkers.
gonna look.
Yep.
So I guess it's still kind of nice that you're a little bit attached with the Navy with your job now, but I know it's completely different because you're a civilian contractor and there's not that same.
I'm actually government.
Oh, are you? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm a federal employee.
So you're a G.
I'm as close to being in the military as I can be without wearing a uniform, basically. Honestly, that's kind of how we're treated. Because you know when you were in the military, you were like, yeah, we don't care, you're doing this. It's almost like that.
Well, that's a good thing, yeah. Like so I think we called them GSAs whenever.
Nellie works for the Department of the Navy as well. She's a GS. That's kind of that's the white collar. That's the pretty people. I'm a WG. I'm a grunt. So I'm not the pretty people.
Well, we wouldn't have it any other way.
So, but yeah, we're both government. We work for the federal government, Department of the Navy.
Which you and me have talked before that we weren't in the same field because I was the guys pointing the gun, but you know how you guys, or how you talk about the guys, you can't do certain things because the guys would be pointing guns at you. Yeah. And so at one point I was the guy that would have been pointing the gun at you, but it's kind of the same field.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, the day what was it? Was it a ZT? Yeah, it was.
I think so.
Because you have to, when you go into the security area, you have to claim everything that's on you. Now, being a rigger, depending on the knife, I can get away with it a lot more with my Marlin Spike knife, it being considered a tool and not a weapon. And, oh, looky there. Did you hear?
What? Not Nelly.
Talk about lurkers. That's naughty. That's nasty right there. That's dirty pool. Oh, that's dirty pool, man. Oh man.
So I guess you know what to say now if you want to like drag her out if you suspect her of lurking.
Yeah, no kidding, right? Oh, that's funny. That was funny. She already did once, Christine. She already did photobomb us. She was in here once.
Video bomb even. It's on record.
Yeah, that was full bore. That's dirty. Oh, man. But yeah, and that I pulled out that ZT and it waved open. So here I am standing there with an open knife pointed at probably 3 18 to 22-year-old Marines with fully automatic weapons. And the kid looks at me and goes, dude, that's a nice ZT. And I'm like, oh, thank God you're one of us. I mean, I've been in there. I've been in and out, I don't know how many times that day. And, I mean, you kind of get to know them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, being on their side of things, I mean, there's intent. It's like I've been seeing this guy for every day for the past however long because we do shutdowns, and so we'd have guys come in that we'd never see before, but then we'd be with them for a good month and a half. We'd see them every day because we'd have to escort them to certain places or whatever. So you know if their intention is harmful or not.
Oh, yeah.
Just like because
used to be though, man, those Marines. They've kind of chilled out a little. Well, I guess these guys weren't Marines. They were Navy Master at Arms. So kind of like Marine Light. I mean, the Marines have trained them to do the job and stuff. But, yeah, it wasn't as bad. But those Marines, man, they used to take that job really, really seriously. If it would have been Marines, there's a good chance I could have been licking concrete and had a really sore back of the head, because it used to be to the point where they didn't give a damn who you were, or if you were the captain of the ship and you stepped across that line, they didn't give a damn. You were going down. they were pretty intent on their job.
Well, in that field, you're trained to react first and then ask questions later. Because I've had to do that with one of our own, and it was inadvertent. He had been on a trip, and on his trip, he had put his handgun in his bag. Well, he forgot, and I just happened to be working the screening area that morning. He came through, and I looked up, and there's a handgun on the monitor of the X-ray machine, and you do what you're trained to do and put their face in the floor, and
yeah.
And he didn't know why, because he didn't know it was in there. So he's like, what's going on? What's going on? And I was like, dummy, why is there a gun in your bag? And then it sucked. He lost his job, but I mean, you can't do that in that type of field.
No, and you're exactly right. You're doing what you're trained to do. And I get that. These guys were like, I was like, "Ooh, thank you." And I showed him the knife, And actually, it might have been, there was one kid that was down there. Him and I talked about knives quite a bit. To be perfectly honest, I don't think it was him though. I don't think it was there again. They rotate out so dang fast. I mean, that's just the military life for you.
Yeah. Well, plus, and if it was like us, we had. Well, when I started, I think we had 4-hour rotations, and by the time I left, it was down to 2-hour rotations. So you would only be at one post for 2 hours max, and then you rotate out. So
I think these guys would rotate every hour, I think. And they had like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 posts around the security area, but they'd have like 7 or 8 guys, hopefully, so you could rotate through. You'd basically be out there for 6 hours and then get a couple-hour break at least. Because when we're there, they're on the same rotation we are. You're there for a 12-hour shift. Oh, you can hardly hear me? Okay. You guys having a hard time hearing me? I got my mic right here. Actually, it might be coming through. No, it's supposed to be coming through the Yeti. What's longer? Probably John's hair.
I don't know, man. Your beard's pretty long. Hey, Mateo said the audio's good. Who,
okay.
What's going on, Jeremy? Turn your volume up, son.
Okay. All right, good. It's pretty much like it's kind of like I do. I'm a little bit closer, I guess, when I'm doing SKO because I'm standing up. The beard is... She's still lurking down there. You see her? She's still lurking.
She's keeping you honest, man.
I know, man. I'm like, it better be good now.
Mind your P's and Q's.
Glad she didn't hear earlier. Whew.
I know, man. That was
or maybe
horrible.
She did, and I'm just. I'm in store for that later on or tomorrow.
Yep. You'll hear about that later, young man.
Yeah. I'll see you, Joe. You taking off?
Take care, Joe. I'm glad you stopped by and hung out with us, man.
Yeah, very cool.
So if Jody seems kind of sad on SKL tomorrow night, we know why.
Yeah,
he got in trouble.
Exactly. I got in trouble.
OB isn't helping at all.
Of course. Why would he?
No.
Why would he help? Poke the bear. Thank you. Kick that hornet's nest a little harder, why don't you?
No, I wasn't purposely not saying hello, Tim. I honestly wasn't even paying attention to the chat and
Tim,
didn't see you until just now.
What's up, buddy?
How's it going, brother?
Well, there's Paper Tiger too. Man, I hope I haven't missed him for a while. What's going on?
Well, I think they must have snuck in with Nelly.
Did you see what she said?
No.
I know what side my bread's buttered on. Yeah,
Yeah,
I do, trust me.
The one that hits the floor when he drops the toast.
That's right. That's right. Exactly. The fox is in the hen house. Abort! Abort! That was good.
Of course, Christine's on Nelly's side, but you're screwed, man. I'm sorry. There's nothing I can do for you.
I know, right? I know. If we get to go to Blade Show West, I gotta. Even though I was married to Christine for 15 minutes at Blade Show West in 2019, I still got to watch my P's and Q's because she'll keep me in line. She'll keep me in line.
So that was the roughest 15 minutes of your life, huh? Sorry, Christine, I had to say it. I'm sorry.
No, it actually worked out pretty good for me, honestly. What was it? Was it the Best Tech? I went to the Best Tech because that was on Sunday, and Saturday night, we were at their so-called pit, Blade Show West. It was a lot less than actual Blade Show, but it was fun. Had a good time. And we were talking to, I believe it was a Best Tech rep, and we were all just kind of sitting there talking, and I guess the next day, the lady told me, she's like, you come talk to me, we'll talk about, possibly getting you some knives or something. And I was like, okay, sweet, So I went and talked to her, and she thought I was Christine's husband. And we had sat there, Nellie and I had sat there right beside her and talked to her for like 2 hours. But for some reason, she got us mixed up. Well, and then, who was it? Russell from Artisan said, all you bearded white guys look the same. I was like, thanks, Russell. But she thought I was Christine's husband for like 15 minutes and gave me some great deals on some knives. So it worked out.
Nice.
I did get a real good deal. So, hey, Marcial. JB is on demand.
He is. He
Selena,
is.
There you go. Her name was Selena. That's right. She's the owner? Oh, my goodness. She was the owner. Oh, my goodness. Wow.
Jody's a hot commodity.
Wow. All right. Hey, you know what? It was good. It was good. It worked out.
Was the pit anything at all like the Atlanta Blade Show where you can't walk 6 inches without bumping into somebody that was on Forged in Fire?
I guess I really didn't have that issue. I didn't really run into all that. It was fun. But I mean, it was just a lot. I mean, Blade Show West was a lot smaller, so the pit's going to be a lot smaller. So they had all the competitions, the cutting competitions, the sharpening competitions, and all that stuff. And we were doing SKL, over in the corner. So, I mean, everybody was coming over, and Nick Shabazz came over and said hi on SKL. That was kind of cool. And, we were just having a good time.
Yeah, well, we went Saturday night. I think we went and hung out. We went for a little bit during the day, which, I mean, it's not really the pit then. It's just people kind of getting away from all the hustle and bustle. But Saturday night, we actually went down there and hung out. And it seemed like every other person I met was like, oh, yeah, I was on such and such episode of Forged in Fire. And I'm like, was everybody here on Forged in Fire? What in the world's going on here?
Probably.
But, yeah. But the most, I guess, surreal experience, and I don't remember the dude's name. He's a online retailer, and he may have had a alcoholic drink or two. I just know he came up to me and like shoved a Microtech in my face and like actuated it. He was like, "Have you ever held a Microtech?" And I said, "Well, actually no, but I'm about to, I think. So let me check it out."
No, but I think I just had one through my left nostril.
which I think his claim to fame was like he was the only Alabama-based like official retailer of microtech or something. I don't know. He's like, if you look it up online, that's me. You just ask anybody if they know Alabama Bobby or some crap. I don't remember what
Oh,
his name
really?
was, and he was like, everybody knows me.
And apparently I do too now.
You do, or I do. I did. I became very
exactly.
well acquainted with him for about 5 minutes.
I've always been thinking about getting that nostril pierced, but I really appreciate you helping me with that decision. Uh-oh.
What's up?
Now they got Sovix has got sound issues with me? Oh, no.
Uh-oh, what's going on here?
Hope not.
Sound issues only with Big Red.
Am I good? Am I not good?
Wait, Justin from OCD for EDC is on Forest and Fire soon? I know he was supposed to be on like This Old House or something.
He was on This Old House. Yeah, he was on This Old House. I'm pretty sure he wasn't on Forged in Fire. Not that I know of, anyway.
Tom, I can honestly say it was very abrasive.
What's it like to snort a microtech?
Yeah, that's just I don't know what the deal is, but that is an issue, Casey. Like I can only hear him on my right headphone speaker as well.
That's really weird because I've got everything. I wonder if it's just coming through my. If it's actually just. It says it's coming through the Yeti, but it must only be coming through the speaker on the. I guess. I don't know. Or the mic on the computer. I don't know.
Well, as long as we can hear you, we'll take it not in stereo if need be.
Well, you got more questions? This is fun.
Well, yeah, kind of. So, I know you've told the story before, but maybe I'm sure there's people out there that haven't heard it about. Well, no, actually, this is the question I had to ask. How did you end up in the knife community? Period. Like just from the get-go.
I mean, really, it all started watching people on YouTube. I mean, that's really how it started. I started out watching Frankie and Bird and Jimmy Slash and Cutlery Lover and Love Them Knives and just kind of started expanding from there. And Zach, I started watching Zach when he started up, and I mean that's how I got really started, and that's when I really got back into knives as well. So yeah.
So it was the typical, you were just checking out reviews on knives and.
Yeah, pretty much. Yep.
Which that was me, but I didn't know there was a whole community. What I guess keyed me into that was Jimmy Slash, because I didn't know there was this Facebook entity and YouTube entity and Instagram until he mentioned something on one of his earlier videos about his Facebook group, and I was like, well, I'll check it out and see what's up with it. And then it was like group after group after group after. I was like, oh my goodness, what is this?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, good night, Jim.
Oh, Jim,
appreciate you hanging out, man.
See you later, buddy.
Peter said same thing with him, I guess. As far as which I remember, him and Christine being in Jimmy Slash's group.
Oh yeah.
Back when I was still active there.
Well, and then I mean, after I started the channel, man, he really, really helped me get started. He was huge. He was huge on helping me get started. He really was. I mean, I went to bed one night and had like 30 subscribers and wake up the next morning and have 150. That's what he did. He did one of those late night. He does those late night giveaways sometimes. he's kind of famous for that, and that's how it was. That's exactly what happened, and I don't think it was just me. I think he did a couple of us at the time, and yeah, and then it kind of just kept going from there.
Yeah, which I know you did the same for me. I don't remember what number it was, but it was like one of those, which you had given me a heads up, but it was still a shock when you go on the next day and you're like, whoa, where did all this come from? What happened? And yeah, so it's kind of
there's probably a few people that are in this chat right now. That's probably how they discovered my channel, to be perfectly honest with you. It wouldn't surprise me. Tom's probably one of them, for sure. Tom and Rick and
Fubar, Grom.
There's been a few that have been there for a long time.
Yeah, I think I know with me, I know Rick, I think Tom, Grom, Fubar, BH. A lot of those guys came over from you initially.
Oh, really? Because I kind of I got more acquainted, I guess, with BH. I think didn't he like win one of your like first giveaways or something?
Yeah, that is right. He won the very first one.
I think so.
That's right.
I think so. He won your first giveaway, and that's kind of how I really got to know him. And then, you were kind of helping him get knives every once in a while or something like that. And then he just started saying, "Hey," because he was buying GECs at that time, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. And he would send them to you, and you would review them, and then send them to him. And all of a sudden, he was like, "Hey, do you wanna check out these knives that I'm having sent to John?" And I'm like, "Sure, cool," because you had sent me some GECs, of course, and well, slip joints, period, and then that's just kind of how it all matriculated and came together for the most part. Yeah.
Yeah, he contacted me and was like, "Hey, would you mind sending them to Jody when you're done with them?" I was like, "No, that's cool." And then luckily he had done that because you were there to kind of take over when I backed out and like took a break from YouTube for a while. Because the only reason I was kind of hanging around was, because he would see GCs that were coming out, and that was his way of, being able to get them without paying the huge like taxes or whatever. And I was like, well, dang, I won't be able to help him out now, but I really need to take a break. And me and him talked, and he was like, well, Jody can, if he doesn't mind, he'll kind of take over. And I was like, yeah, that's cool. That'll be really good.
Yeah, and I mean, I do it for a couple of people. I probably won't go anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I got a couple people that I do it for. I've done it for him, and I've done it for Didier, but I kind of have to be careful doing that as well. So it's just perception. It's a perception thing, and it has nothing to do with the knife community. It has more to do with my job.
Yeah.
So,
which, speaking of giveaways, I know I'm missing one person's address from last week's giveaway because I was supposed to mail those out today, but I slept in a little bit today because I was doing a little bit of prep on a house for painting the porch yesterday in the heat, so it kind of wiped me out. I didn't make it by the post office, but I'm missing somebody's address. It was the blue penguin. I feel like it was Sobix that won, but I'm not for positive.
He's waiting for his red penguin because he guessed my middle name.
No, that's Bees. Bees, I think, won the.
Yeah, Bees.
Yeah,
you're
Bees
right.
won.
I'm sorry. That was Bees. Yep. Duh, I got them mixed up. Because I was talking to Bees about that this morning. Yes, that was Bees. Sorry.
I'm pretty sure it's Sobix. He says no. The Blue Penguin. That's it. It was Jeremy. Okay, so I do have his address. All right, so we're good. We're all good.
It's funny they're all talking about like like Peter and Christine and stuff, talking about who helped them get started. And well, that was the one thing that, my son got me started because he was kind of in it in the whole gaming thing. And when I started talking about other channels, he kind of asked me, he's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "Well, you're talking about all these other channels." I'm like, "And?" He's like, we kind of work together and stuff. And he was like, "Oh wow, that doesn't happen in the gaming community." And I'm like, "Well, I don't know what to tell you, man. I mean, this is kind of more money, more money, more money, more money." Yeah.
About to say, what's up, Mo Money ain't welcome, man. But yeah, pretty much all you could tell him is, well, I guess that community kind of sucks, and this one doesn't. So won't you come join us?
He doesn't do it anymore. Let's just
Yeah.
put it that way. I have his nice mic now, so yeah.
That's funny. I didn't know he was into that. The gaming.
Well, okay. We'll say it was him and his friend getting drunk and playing video games and swearing a lot. That was pretty much his content. Which,
well, I can dig it.
Yeah. I mean, that's what he did. That's what they did. So, yeah. No, you gave yourself a boost, KC, because you just got the ball rolling. That's all that was. You got the ball rolling.
Or is it the parrot?
Oh, excuse me.
This chat has gotten away from me. You guys are insane.
Yeah, it keeps rolling by.
Tom said he wanted to give away from somebody on the left recently.
Who's on the left, you or me?
On mine, I am.
Okay.
He won the he was the number 3. Yeah,
that's right.
For Eggs and Ham and
right.
Tyler. Yeah, so I've got to get to the post office in the morning, which I'm still waiting. Like I said, told Sue earlier, I'm still waiting to hear the number 1's choice, but everybody else I can go deliver in the morning.
Mutated penguin.
Yeah, that penguin is a. I don't know why the first one I had. I think it was just a matter of the micarta they were using at the time. I didn't care for it because, as a matter of fact, I think I contacted you and I was like, "Hey, you know anybody that wants one? I know people have been trying to get this, and I don't like it. It's not for me."
Right.
But with that new, like the denim micarta and the red, those are the only ones I've checked out recently. I mean, I dig them now.
Yeah. And I mean, it's not that it's anything special. It's really not special, but it's a pretty darn good knife for the price.
Yeah, and I think, well, even at probably $10, $20 more, it's a good knife. But I think the fact that it's so cheap, it's like kind of blows your mind a little bit.
What's up, Jake?
Not State Farm. What's up, State Farm? How you doing, buddy?
There, they just jumped again. That's what they've been doing.
Peter said, speaking of knives, I handled the Wee Thug today. It is tiny, which, I mean, a 4-inch blade is going to be tiny for you, Peter, but I can see how that is. That Wee Synergy, the Tanto version that was going around, the pass around, that was a tiny knife for me. And it wasn't just the fact that it was tiny, that it had that awkward handle shape too. So it was tiny and just didn't work for me.
I haven't seen that one yet. I'm signed up for it, but I haven't seen it yet.
Well, you might have.
It's small. He's like, no, it's small. Is it this small, Peter?
Oh wait, where? Oh, here it is. No, is it this
Oh, there
small,
you go.
Peter?
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty tiny.
This is a 2-finger knife.
No, this is Peter's speed right here. That's Peter's speed.
Which that might be small for him because, I mean, I'll be honest. When I first got it, it was smaller, like lengthwise, than I expected it to be.
Yeah.
But like I said, like you said, the thickness kind of made it huge. But I don't know why I expected it to be like closer to 4 max length, I think.
Yeah, it's this one. I'm not going to say too much. I'll wait because I want to do a comparison video. Well, I kind of already did, but I mean, this one is a little bit more than I'm going to carry. It just is, you know. It just is. Has nothing to do with the build quality or anything like that. It just has to do with the size.
Yeah, that's where I was at because it's great, like build quality, fit and finish. It's an awesome knife. Even the action, for a lockback, it's got pretty slick action.
Dude, if you're not careful, this thing will remove a finger.
Yeah,
because it's got a big old blade on it and it wants to fall.
It is drop shutty.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, it took up too much pocket space for me too.
Oh yeah. Now, does it serve a purpose? Absolutely, Peter. If I have a tough job that I know I'm going to need a heavy duty knife, I wouldn't second guess this one. I'd be like, all right, let's get the 8010. Let's go. It's gonna work and it's gonna do what you want it to. It's too big for me to EDC. It just is. That's just me though.
Yeah,
Jeremy
I
wants
get
an
you.
8010. Well, it just so happens, Jeremy, I have an 8010 for. Oh, wait a minute, Peter's still here. Never mind. Never mind. You know I wouldn't do that to you, Peter.
Or would he?
Have you seen those I know when I'm not. Hey, when I'm not in TikTok jail. Have you ever seen a couple of those videos where like, how do they go? It's highly unlikely that you'll die from a golden retriever, but it's not never. And they pan over and there's like golden retrievers just sitting there. The look on his face is like, okay. I don't know. I just find them funny. No, Peter, I would never do that to you. I would never do that to you.
Yeah, I can't figure out TikTok. It's funny because you see guys that are huge on YouTube and they have like just a handful of followers, and then you see guys that you've never even heard of and they have 1 million followers. You're like, whoa.
Yeah.
But
well, I don't know what they're. I do a video, right? I'll do a video. I'll get thrown in TikTok jail, and all I do is this. That's what I do. It's not like I'm. It's this. For the most part, and you get thrown in TikTok jail, and you can't post for. I'm up to 24 hours now. I've graduated to 48 hours from 24 hours. So, but then, right? So I'll submit an appeal. So 48 hours later, I'll get out of TikTok jail, and my video the appeal gets approved. I'm like, you threw me in TikTok jail, and now you approved the damn video. Oh,
I guess that's like people that actually go to jail, and then get paroled, and then later, like, the crime was thrown, like their charges thrown out or something. You're like, well, I didn't even do it, but I spent this much time in jail.
Right, pretty much. Yeah, that's about it. So, yeah, I don't know. It is what it is. I've been trying to make Willie TikTok famous. Willie the raccoon.
He's doing pretty good, right?
Willie TikTok famous. It doesn't work too well, but it's okay. Yeah, you're kind of right, Peter. I think I think you're pretty close to that. I tell you who's pretty big on TikTok, but he really doesn't. He comes from the knife community-ish, but he doesn't do a lot of. He's pretty much given up on knife content on TikTok, and that's One Big Pikey. Ryan Shaner. He is. He's the million follower on TikTok, but he does the drinks. He does the sink it and drink it, and eating the weird food and all that stuff. That's what he does over there. So, well, he's a cool dude. I've sent him a couple of local beers from here to do his sink it and drink it and stuff like that. He's a pretty cool dude.
He's got a lot of energy too.
Oh my goodness, yes. Oh yeah. And I mean, he's a big dude. I would not want to piss that guy off. I'm pretty sure I'd get puddle stomped in about half a stomp. 1 million subscribers, only 5 likes, and 10 watches on a vid.
Okay, I'm so confused here because now apparently 2 people have won the Blue Penguin, but I'm not.
Oh, really?
Apparently, but that's not what I remember. I'll straighten it out later. Anyway.
To answer your question, Tim, I'm 5'9". Yeah, there's been so many tricks, Marcos. First, you weren't supposed to open it on, but I see plenty of videos up there where people open the knife, flip it open, and they're fine. So it's really whatever they feel like, to be perfectly honest with you. I think that's I just think that's the issue. There's one guy, oh shoot. Well, Ray's on there. He does quite a bit. He's been in TikTok jail quite a bit as well. So, but there's a few guys on there. Tri-State's on there. There's a few guys on there. Peter's on there. You're on there.
I know Ray will actually just post a photograph of the knife instead of the actual knife. That
was some of the things that we were, because him and I had talked back and forth about how not to get, kicked off of YouTube or TikTok, but yeah, you know what, Casey, you're probably just better off. To be perfectly honest with you, it's a time waster. That's pretty much what it is. And I mean, it's funny because we get kicked off because of that, but yet, the very close to fully naked women just jumping around and bouncing around, there's nothing wrong with that. Or spewing pretty much hate speech, there's nothing wrong with that. But God forbid I do this. So I mean, that's pretty much what I'm getting from TikTok. So exactly, Zenny. You're better off sticking to Tic Tacs. Just do it.
They taste better anyway.
They do. Yeah, they do. You're right. So, it is what it is. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it, Marcos. I'm just saying there's a hell of a lot more offensive stuff than me showing a knife on TikTok. There really is. And do I find it offensive? No, I don't find most of it offensive. But if something was going to offend somebody, it's there. Trust me, it's there.
Yes, and not there on your videos.
No.
Yeah. So all right. So that I guess I read Jeremy's comment wrong earlier. He wasn't saying he won the penguin for me. He won one, but it was from somewhere else. So yeah, I mean it's totally Dark Gravity won, and that's which I think I have his address. I'll go back and check, but yeah. So everything's settled and copacetic.
I'm offended at the thought of being offended. That was funny.
So how did we get on talking about people's height?
Oh. Yeah, okay. There was a live stream earlier this week, and at one point my height was the focus.
And you're 5'9", and then so somebody said they were like 6'6", but yeah, I'm right there with you. I'm like average 5'9" and a half, 5'9" and 3/4.
I'm there somewhere. So yeah. Tim asked, so I answered.
That's how it normally goes. Well,
bees. I'm offended at the thought of you being offended at the thought of being offended. I think that's kind of where we're going. It just seems that way.
I just find people's offense offensive.
Pretty much. That's what I said. I've said this a couple of times, but I was like, can we just go back to the 80s? I mean, I realized I was a teenager in the 80s, but, we made fun of one another, we laughed at one another, and then we went out and drank beer together.
Somewhere in there might have been some fists thrown on certain occasions, but you got over it.
No, that hurt too much. That hurt way too much.
It did, but it happened, and
well, yeah, I can't say it didn't happen. You're a kid. I was at the time.
Yeah, that's what you did when you were a kid. That was your first response at some points. Somebody called you dumb, and next thing you know, you're scrapping. And at the end of it all,
but then again, if you had a difference with somebody and it came to that, however, if that's how you settled it, fine, that's how you settled it. But in my case, then you went and drank beer together.
Exactly. That's what I was about to say. Like at the end of it,
settled the issue. Whether you agree with it or not, the issue got settled. How it got settled is between the two people settling the issue. But then you went out and drank beer together. So yeah.
Or if when you were like 6 or 7 years old, we'll get swags on. That's going to happen, Shane. Just for you, buddy. And when you're 6 or 7, at the end of it all, you're like, "You're my best friend." No, you're my best friend, and then everything's copacetic. But you didn't reach for a firearm.
No. That wasn't a thing. No, not where I grew up. That wasn't a thing. No, not at all. Some people did have knives, but do I like the movie Dazed and Confused? Oh, of course. That's a hilarious movie. It's awesome.
Yeah, that's a really good movie. Jason Jen is actually at her parents' house. She said she would join us if we are still alive when she gets home. But yeah, I talked to her earlier, and she said she was going to be at her parents' house hanging out for a little bit tonight. Which I think both of them ended up with COVID at some point. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think she's lucky to be able to hang out with them. Because they're like my parents. They're about that same age.
There you go, Patina. Yeah. Did we just become best friends? I think so. Let's go have a beer.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I was in school, there was a park that was kind of a central location for everyone, because our school districts were weird. Like we had so many schools in the county I lived in, but there was a park called Oregon Park that was like the central park for everybody, and it was basically like, well, if you had a problem with somebody, meet me at Oregon Park after school, and that's where it was handled. And you'd have a crowd of people, and things would go down, or they wouldn't. Sometimes, most of the time, nothing ever really happened. There was a little bit of chest bumping, and then, well, I don't really want to fight, man, and so we cool.
No, to be perfectly honest with you, I think that happened with me personally one time. One time. I mean, I saw it happen a few times. Because it hurt. It did. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. It hurt. It wasn't fun. I didn't find it fun. But there's a question. Somebody asked a question up here. I want to make sure I can answer it. I did too, Sobix. I think I had a 110 most of the time in high school. But Jason asks, yes, I have talked to Penny. And I'll be perfectly honest with you, I wouldn't be surprised if they're watching right now. So, but yes, I have talked to them.
Oh, right on. Well, see, me personally, that I didn't end up at Oregon Park. That was just where they handled stuff. But Jen is here, guys. So everybody, welcome Jen.
I wonder if there's been lurking going on here. I got lurked on. Maybe you got lurked on.
I feel like that's a strong possibility. She said Buck got his ass beat out at Oregon Park, which I'm not really putting her information out there because that was a long time ago. But that was her boyfriend in high school was Buck, so that's kind of funny. Look, everybody, Jen, hey Jen. I told you, Jen, they love you.
Of course. Of course. You carried a C through high school.
Javon said, I always shot kids instead of fighting them. More humane.
Ow! Dang! Whoa! Glad I didn't ever have a run-in with Javon. Oh, Todd. When I was in high school, if there was a pickup in the parking lot of the high school, it more than likely had a gun rack, and the gun rack was probably full of guns, especially during deer season. Are you kidding me? It wasn't a thing. It wasn't a thing for, you know what I mean?
Well, that's like, I can't honestly think of a day where I probably didn't have a knife, like a pocket knife in my pocket at school.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
And I mean, yeah, there was a no weapons policy, but you didn't pull it out. You didn't do stupid stuff, and because it was there for a purpose, like a reason. It was a tool. And
Shane asked if I spent any time around Fresno. Nellie and I went to a Nebraska Fresno State football game in 2013, 2012. Somewhere during that time frame. That's the only time I've been to Fresno. But I have been to Fresno.
I actually hung out at a Denny's in Fresno once because I would go, me and my buddy Sean would go snowboarding at Sierra Summit. And for us, Fresno was which it was way less than halfway point. It was almost to Sierra Summit. So we would go through Fresno. Well, we picked up some hitchhikers on the way, like leaving the slopes one day, and they wanted to go eat at Denny's. So we went and hung out at a Fresno Denny's and ate probably a Grand Slam and a Moons Over My Hammy.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, I like Moons Over My Hammy. Oh, yeah. That's one of my favorites. Oh, yeah, Zenny. It just wasn't a thing. And somebody said, first opening day of deer season, yeah, there was a lot of people out of school that day, definitely. That's a blues song. I hung out at the Denny's in Fresno.
I can see that because it was definitely sad.
That's awesome. I love that. That's awesome.
Which I think my favorite Denny's was the one in King City because that was the closest one to base. It was 45 minutes from base to King City, and that was the closest like civilization for us. So we would end up there a lot late nights after we'd been hanging out in the barracks, partaking in adult beverages, and we'd go and have little competitions at the claw machine to see who could win the most stuffed animals.
Smells like money. Oh yeah. Oh, whoa. There was Justin. There's a Justin sighting.
BCS Justin?
Yeah.
What's happening? Sales guy was in here the other day.
I know.
Hanging out. Which I think he might have been talking a little bit of smack. So, Justin, you need to keep better track of your sales guy, man. Don't let him get away from you.
Oh, yeah. Deer season, there was always kids out of school. So do I have to talk to Jen to get some good Grateful Panic dirt? Would she be the one?
Like present company, yeah, but I don't even know how many stories she would have.
I mean, from the old days, you know.
Yeah, that's I don't even know how. I mean, there really aren't a lot of stories for me, and most of my stories came after high school.
Me too. Honestly.
Before that, I was pretty tame.
Yeah, I was too. I mean, I did the kid stuff, but I was a pretty good kid, I think.
And honestly, I would be interested to know if she did have any stories.
Yeah, I'm sure you would.
Maybe there's some things that I don't know about and I don't remember. Nope, see, she doesn't have any dirt on me. So, yeah, I was a pretty good kid growing up. I was too scared not to be because of my parents, man. They were old school parents, so.
Yeah. I was kind of the same way. Well, okay. So, I mean, my hometown was like 300 people. And, I mean, I didn't live in town. I lived outside of town, about 6 miles outside of town. But that's where you went to hang out, right? If you did something stupid in town and then drove home, yeah, that 6 mile drive wasn't long enough. Because they knew you screwed up. Your parents knew you screwed up by the time you got home. And then you were in for it. So, I mean, this is the way it was. Because everybody knew who you were. I mean, you weren't hiding from anybody.
Yeah, I think the worst thing I ever did was maybe my dad worked nights, so he would come home and go like straight to bed. He'd eat a little bit of breakfast, go straight to bed, wake up, and then like do stuff around the house in the middle of the day, then go back to bed right after supper. Well, I think she was a school teacher. I think she had like parent teacher conferences or something one evening after Daddy had gone back to bed. And I snuck out and went over to a friend of mine's house and played Zelda for a couple hours when I wasn't supposed to be out. And that's about the worst thing I did.
Yeah, I was pretty tame. Tame, lame, however you want to say it. Yeah, I probably was.
Now, I will say when I worked at the grocery store at Kroger, there were a few times where I might have snuck off with some friends of mine to the bathroom in the back and chugged a few beers and went back to work bagging groceries. But that was the extent of it.
No, you did not.
I might have done that.
No. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I should have probably went to jail for that. Which me and Jen worked at that grocery store together, as a matter of fact.
You know, I mean, it's bad when you walk into the bar buy a $10 Pepsi. Follow my story. You buy a $10 Pepsi, right? Wait about 20 minutes. Go to the back of the bar. Pick up the case of beer that was there. And then went and did your thing. That's pretty much small town living.
That's pretty nice. So that case of beer cost you $10?
Well, I mean, at that point, it was probably Old Milwaukee's Best Light or something, $9 a case warm. If you and your buddies could throw together $10, you had a case of beer and a bag of ice. What more do you need?
And a Pepsi.
Well, okay, and a Pepsi. And a Pepsi. And a Pepsi. I mean, seriously, what more did you need?
Yeah, see, my bar, which I didn't go to the bars, my way of getting alcohol when I was underage was I would go to the liquor store, and there was always, never fail, always a homeless person hanging out outside the liquor store, and I would give them money with extra money to get me what I wanted and tell them to get them something too.
Sure.
And it always worked, so.
But Zenny said my uncle would charge me $14 a 12-pack. He got one for free. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that works too.
It's not bad.
Oh yeah, there was always ways. I mean, see, and we would do that, right? And I mean, yeah, if they would have ever gotten caught, obviously they would have been up a creek without a doubt. But okay, the small town cop, we actually had a cop who lived in town. He was a deputy, county deputy, but not a very good cop. But anyway, I mean, I don't know how many times you'd be riding. Like one time, me and my buddy went into town, found somebody. I think we bought a 6-pack. We had them buy us a 6-pack of beer and a bottle of something. A pint, half pint, wasn't a very big bottle of something, whatever it was. Right, well, I had a 72 Chevelle. That pint bottle slid right in the springs of that seat. Really, really nice. Fit perfectly. And then I just threw this 6-pack in the trunk, Well, okay, him and I are leaving town one night. It was probably like a Tuesday night during the summer. So if you're in town on a Tuesday night, what are you doing? Well, so he stops us, right? Pull over. Where's it at? It's in the trunk, Albert. His name was Albert. All right, let me see it. Open the trunk, 6-pack of beer. He's like, what are you guys doing? I was like, we're going home. That's what we're doing. We're going to my house. And he's like, he didn't even take the beer that time. Usually they just take your beer. That's usually what they do. But he didn't take my beer that time. Didn't know I had the bottle under the seat, of course, but what he didn't know didn't hurt him either, so.
Yeah, I think my worst underage alcohol experience was I had a buddy of mine that I worked with. I was giving him a ride home, and he asked me if he could stop by the liquor store so he could get something. I said, yeah, if you buy me something. I didn't know crap about liquor. I mean, I didn't even know anything about beer at that time. And he said, what do you want? I said, tequila. He's like, okay. So he comes out and he hands me a bottle, and I was like, is this good stuff? And he's like, oh yeah. It was Pepe Lopez tequila. I was like, okay, cool. Well, I get home and I drink the entire bottle in about 45 minutes.
Oh, you did not.
Yes, because it didn't burn. Like the liquor I'd had prior to that was pretty much like vodka, maybe some Jim Beam or Jack or something. And it burned like crazy. Well, this tequila didn't burn for me. So I was just tossing them back. I don't remember nothing. I woke up the next morning in the bathtub, fully clothed, with my buddy Sean, like holding the empty bottle of tequila under my nose. So I wake up like immediately wanting to puke. And apparently I lived in this little kind of like trailer park place that was up on a hill, and down the hill was Highway 41, a 4-lane highway, and across that was like a little strip shopping center with a Winn-Dixie. And for some reason, I was in my boxers and only my boxers at one point in the night trying to get 241 across 41 into the Winn-Dixie, and I don't know why. He said he kept having to grab me and like pull me back to the house. I was standing on in my drive, a little pull-in driveway, and the neighbor across the road was grilling on his porch, and I for some reason was calling him Birdman. I was like, "Hey, what's up, Birdman? How you doing?" Like just carrying on a conversation with him, and he wasn't talking back. I puked in the next door neighbor's mailbox at some point, and Sean said, I was like, dude, I'm so sore, like from sleeping in the tub. Why'd you let me sleep in the tub? And he was like, because I didn't have to chase you anymore, man. He was like, once you fell in the tub, you were out. I didn't have to chase you. You were good. I just left you there. I knew you weren't dying. You were fine.
That's funny. That's hilarious.
I wasn't.
Somebody converted a windshield washer container to hold liquor. Yeah, that's a good one. It's a good one.
Let's see. I don't know if this was urban legend or if it was like true, but Jen, I'm sure she remembers Lance Leverett, but his dad was a big time alkie. Like he was a drinker, and Lance claimed that his dad had done that same thing. Like he was a big gin drinker, and he would fill his the reservoir up with gin, and then like he'd hit the button, and the tube would pump it into his mouth.
Bye, Christine.
Have a great night, Christine.
Casey's leaving too. Bye, Casey.
Well, fine. Y'all just all leave. Have a great night, Casey. Which is pretty late for Casey. I'm proud of him. It's past his bedtime.
Hopefully I see you tomorrow.
It's kind of late anyway. It's about time to, I think I was about to call it a stream and
Okay.
let everybody get on with their night. But I really appreciate you coming on and doing this, Jody. And you're welcome to come back anytime.
I would be happy to. That's the thing, you know. You asked me, and I was like, it sucks because you go, you know, live. Well, I miss a lot of lives because I'm working nights. You know, Casey's kind of works out sometimes, depending on where I'm working, because he usually goes on during our dinner break. So I can kind of jump on his sometimes. But there again, like I said, it depends on where I'm working. But I miss a lot of them during the week. And when you asked me to come on, I was like, oh, I was kind of wanting to take Friday off anyway. Okay. You know, so. But yeah, no, this is fun. I look at the timer now, and holy crap, it doesn't seem like it, but dang.
Yeah, the time goes by,
but it doesn't feel like it.
No, it never does, man. This is always such a good time. Like I look up and I'm like, oh crap, man, I've been holding these people up.
You know, when we're doing the channel chats, it's the same way. When I'm doing a live stream, you know, I look up and it's an hour's gone by, you know, and it's like, oh crap, it just flies. You just get on a roll and it just goes.
Yeah, it definitely does. Which I have plans sometime when everything gets situated with, whenever I get back to work and work schedule and everything. I'm planning on doing an afternoon, at least one day a week, maybe, or 1 week out of the month, maybe 2 weeks, doing an afternoon live stream, like around maybe 4 o'clock, somewhere between 4 and 6.
Well.
So that just because there's a lot of West Coast people that don't get to, or for some reason it doesn't work out for them. They can't get on the later night live stream. So I'm planning on doing an afternoon one. Maybe it'll work out a little bit better for them because it'll be kind of like noonish.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
But yeah, man, for real, I appreciate it. Good time, and like I said, you got open invitation anytime you want to come hang out. Just cool. I'll give you the key, and you can just let yourself in.
All right, sounds good.
And thank you to all the people in the chat, because you guys have been active as I don't know what tonight. So that's always a good sign. I appreciate you guys hanging out with us and spending your Friday evening listening to two old guys, well, me and one old guy, ramble on and on about what is it? What did I say something, JB? Your face.
Man. Dang, you guys hear this? You guys hear what? I'm talking to the chat stream now. You hear this guy? Man.
Okay, my bad. Two old guys. I'll be old with you too. But I appreciate y'all hanging out with us and listen to us reminisce and ramble on, and it was a good time.
Oh, definitely a good time. Without a doubt, a good time.
And Jason Brown, I'm sorry I put you in timeout, but at that point in time, it was necessary, and you'll know the full reasons later. They will it will make sense. And mainly the biggest reason is I'm a dumbass and hit the wrong button apparently. So, but thank you guys. I really appreciate it, and I love each and every one of you. And I hope y'all have an absolutely fantastic night and a great weekend.
Yes.
And until next time we speak, get on out there and EDC your ass off and do something nice for somebody, guys. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.